Hey, what's happening, everyone? NoZoupForYou here, and I've got a little ranked gameplay to show you. Just a video replay of one of those rounds where everything just kind of went right. We got ahead early on, and we just did not relent. I mean, it was one of those battles that you hope you have every single time, but one of those battles that also rarely ever happens. I know that ranked is coming to an end for this season. I hope you all ranked out if you're trying to. I did not. I just didn't have the time. I think I made it down to rank 6, almost rank 5 at my best, but I just didn't have the time. And, you know, that's the big problem with ranked. You got to have a lot of time. Even if you're a good player, it can take over 200 or 300 rounds to rank out, and it can be frustrating, I know that, but this round was not frustrating. It was a lot of fun, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through it and show you what I did, how it went down, and how we were just able to absolutely crush this team. And I think a lot of ranked gameplay wins come when you have momentum, when you just keep pushing, your team gets pushing, and you just push on through the enemy. And that's kind of what we did here. And can see right now I'm just trying to get some glamour shots of this ship right here. I don't know, I kind of do that. If I see something I like, I just Control G, pull the UI off and take some screenshots. I don't know, it's one of those silly things I do. But in this round we decided to push mostly to A. This is that one map where you've only got 2 cap points, so usually people go all in to one side, and sometimes you go opposite of what the enemy goes to, or sometimes you both go to the same cap. And this is one of those rounds where I think the majority of the enemy team started pushing towards A. I'm in a Kremlin right now. Found it to be a very good battleship for ranked gameplay, just because it's just devastating. Its main guns absolutely slaughter both cruisers and battleships alike, and you can see my first catch of the day appearing, this Salem right here. So he's pretty much broadside to me, and I'm not going to waste any time starting to sling shells at them. And this is kind of important in ranked right here, what's about to happen. And you can see right now just a devastating citadel on him, almost took him to within an inch of his life. And that's not good if you're the enemy team in the very beginning, because what happens when you lose that much health early on, it affects your gameplay, it affects what you want to do, and you go from being an offensive asset to more defensive. And you can see right here, this Moskva is also broadside, so I'm not going to waste any time shooting at him either, you know. And look at that right there, 2 citadels on him. So that's 2 ships that I've knocked down to half health at least in the first couple minutes of the round. I mean, I've already got 56,000 damage off those 2, and you better believe that's going to affect what those ships are going to do at this point. You can see the Salem's turning out right now. You know, he's lost the majority of his health. He's out of the fight, essentially. He's not going to be able to help his team. Meanwhile, we're doing pretty good right here. We're angled, although the Stalingrad right here is on fire and he's pushing. But as long as we keep pushing with him and putting heat on this team, things should be good. This Moskva's making a mistake right now because his situational awareness is focused on that Stalingrad and taking that Stalingrad out. Of course, it's a Stalingrad, so he's bow in on these ships. He's going to do fine. So this Moskva makes a fatal mistake right here. He slows down. For a Kremlin, that's a juicy target right here. He's already lost most of his health, and there it goes. Moskva gone, 1 ship down, and at this point, it's full steam ahead for the most part. I jacked my speed all the way up to full. There's no point in sitting around right now. We've got an advantage on this side, though on the other side, they are starting to cap, and our cruiser is kind of running, but that's all right. And there goes a Salem right there. Our Montana takes him out. So this Montana that was pushing has already lost the majority of his team. There's 2 Montanas right here, but they're not in a good situation now because we have an advantage. And this Montana that was broadside to me, another 2 citadels right there. So he's got no other choice but to run. Our Stalingrad has slowed down right there just because he's on such low health right now. He doesn't want to sink. But from this point on, me, the Montana, the Kurfürst, the rest of our team, this Conqueror, we're just going to start pushing. There's no reason not to right now. We've already got the cap, and there's another Citadel on the Montana. and he really can't do anything except try to escape, and he needs to get more vertical. That's it. So guys, just something to keep in mind when you're playing ranked, or any round for that matter. In the early stages of the game, you do not want to be caught broadside in a way that an enemy battleship can punish you, especially within 15 kilometers, because losing that health, losing those hit points is detrimental. It really forces your hand in the rest of the game. It forces you to play in a way that you don't want to play. You go from being offensive to defensive, and a defensive ship, yeah, you can do okay, but you're going to be doing okay from the back and not up front where you need to be. Like we are right now, we're just pushing right through. We are literally steamrolling this team. We have not lost a ship yet. They've lost 3 already. The lead's 500 to 200, pretty much. Their Kurfürst on the other side is about to go down. Our Moskva is running, but he's kiting over there, just slinging HE, setting them on fire. His Conqueror's in the back and really has not done much. That's why we're not really focusing on it. And, you know, you can say what you will about rental ships, and some of them, you know, don't play great, but some of them do. I mean, I've had some teams with some really, really good rental ships. I've been on a team with 3 rental ships against a team with none, and we wound up mopping the floor with them. It's just kind of luck of the draw, like all of your teammates. Now, the Conqueror and Montana on my side have peeled off, which is fine. There's no need for them to push forward, because with the Stalingrad here and the Kurfürst, we're perfectly fine. So they're going to go over to the cap to try and take the other one and see if they can take out that destroyer. Moskva's in a good state right now. I mean, there's really nothing outside of that Conqueror going after him. We've got this Montana on the ropes. They've only got 3 ships left. I mean, the game is over. The round is over at this point. And it's just a matter of mopping up right now. And Montana's not going to be here much longer. He's gone. So now it's time to shift focus on the Conqueror. And right now, this is just kind of junk XP time, where you just start slinging shells trying to rack up your damage. But you see what happened here. Part of it was luck. In the very beginning of the round, I got some very good hits on the enemy and really forced that Moskva and that Salem's hand. And because of those 2 ships, it just completely changed the aspect of the round. It changed what they were able to do. And there's a nice little high caliber right there. Conqueror's still running. There's nothing he can do right now. I mean, the round is over. He's the last ship. 750 points to 90 to 100 right now. This is probably one of the best, quickest, most decisive victories I've had in ranked this season. And it was just really enjoyable to do that. So, and you can see the enemy team's upset. Report our Conqueror, please. And there's 10,000 shaved off of him. I think that's going to be my last meaningful damage against him. So I finished the round with 175,000 damage. Not bad at all in ranked. But again, I got some lucky hits early on. I took advantage of some broadside ships, and it changed the flow of battle. And we were able to just push right through, whereas the enemy team just taking that much damage that much quickly, they couldn't do anything. And there goes the Conqueror into the round. Didn't even get max points, didn't have time to. And I think at this point I was at 5 almost. I went back down to 8, and then, you know, by this point I'd kind of given up. But not a bad round at all. Had a lot of fun, very enjoyable. So again, don't go broadside. Just remember. And yeah, we had 2 rentals on our team. They didn't do that great, but you know, they didn't have to. You know, they had some really good teammates to pull them along. So their Conqueror wound up almost at top. Anyhow, take it easy. Zoop out.